And we're back. But first, let me check my microphone because last time it was weird. Okay, there you go. I fixed the problem. It seems that the filter for the plugins got enabled. One of the filters, because there are more of them. Anyway, guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to my live stream. And well, a lot of things are happening in the gaming space, and one of them is this one. The creator of God of War, it seems he hates pretty women. Insane, right? How can you hate pretty women? There's even a song dedicated to pretty women. Maybe, maybe I'm just guessing here. He hates women altogether, whether they're pretty or not. That could be that could be what's it about? I don't know. But in the end, all I can say is if he wants to hate pretty women, I don't think there is any laws saying that it's illegal. Also, it's a good thing because they are exposing themselves. They are exposing themselves. Imagine you as a woman thinking of playing one of his game like this one, God of War. Would you still play the game or buy the game knowing that he hates you? Are you going to give someone that hates you your money? Money that you worked hard to earn? Of course not. Still, I'm going to look into this. I'm going to check out the videos that are talking about this from various content creators. I'm going to skip those content creators that I don't like. Yeah, unfortunately, there are content creators that I like to watch and content creators that I don't like to watch. That is just how the internet works. Okay, what do we have here? Look at this guy. David Jaffe. I have no idea how to say his last name, so I'm just going to stick to his first name, David. Calls Vara a mental lightweight. Vara is too hot. Okay, what? Vara is too hot? How is... Maybe it's because of her hair. Vara has Vara's hair color is like fire. It's the color of fire. Maybe, maybe that is the reason why he thinks Vara the Dark or Vara Dark is too hot.
You are in that chair.
Okay, so this one is from Smash JT.
Your hair and your face and your gender.
Oh, come on.
About how David
That is so stupid. Imagine someone
and not able to
who
crawl
made a game that became a massive
the
hit.
other day completely
You wouldn't assume
exactly
that he is
this guy
a
is
prick,
gone
a
and
douche,
nothing he's ever going.
an asshole, but
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Smash TV.
that is just the truth of most things.
Friend of the channel.
You'd think some people you admire,
She's a very good
you'd think they are good people, but in the end, they're not.
Respected her.
They're a bunch of assholes.
Definitely didn't do.
And again, it's a good thing that they are revealing themselves, exposing themselves, because now we know in the future we shouldn't give them our money.
David Jaffe's unhinged rant attacking Vara Dark, not because he thinks she's just unintelligent, but because she's pretty, and that's why she gets attention.
I mean, you're not educated enough. You're not bright enough, Vera.
Look at the
Or to talk about what I talk
misogyny.
about. You are not.
This is a perfect example of
woman,
misogyny.
great head of hair. That's why you have an audience.
But we really going there? How the mighty have fallen. David Jaffe, the creator of God of War, at one time.
Here's the thing, I like watching Vara, not because of her looks, but because of the topics that she tackles.
This time against YouTuber Vara Dark, among a slew of other strange takes that he's had recently, and it's left everyone questioning his own sanity. So when I get
and I wouldn't really call Vara super attractive. She's not bad looking.
The art director of Avowed, he said he wants Krusty removed from the industry. Do you really think that that is like an acceptable comment?
Her looks is not the thing that I go to her channel or video to watch.
Running rampant in the industry. There's really nobody.
It's like saying that I watch Dr. Disaster because
all we are doing
is handsome.
When we see content we do not like.
Vara's roast was direct but fair. She called Jaffe salty for blaming gamers and YouTubers for failures in the industry while refusing to accept the mediocrity of the Veilguard.
It's like saying I'm watching Asmongold because
About his hypocrisy,
he's handsome.
really striking nerve on Jaffe. And this guy goes on an unhinged rant for a give or take 5 or so minutes.
Anyway, guys, again, this is a perfect example of misogyny.
You look, however much you love Vera Dark and you love this side of the aisle, that's cool. Okay, but hang on. And do I think Trump's assassination was staged? I don't know. Hell, going back to
oh my goodness, that is so insane. How can you think it's staged? Only an insane person can think like that because we've seen footage that it was a split second.
As it was, Frank,
you cannot stage
something
something that missed in a split second. How could Donald Trump time the movement of his head
and it's a bold strategy that typically doesn't work
to dodge a spinning bullet? Don't tell me Donald Trump is Superman
have anything to say about
or Clark Kent.
Just like a pretty face to look at. Okay, I might actually give you that. But Vara isn't just that. She has a lot of insight in gaming. She plays these games. She loves these games. She has a passion for making the game industry better. And if you actually paid attention to what
she does play. She does play games.
Not well researched, well read, or very articulate.
He goes on ranting about YouTubers and Vara Dark specifically.
Well, she's more articulate than me, that's for sure. If I was as articulate as her, I would be getting a lot of people at least watching my live stream, but unfortunately I'm not.
Making up lies? How? Like, source? Can I have some
I
respect?
am not
Everything I've seen her do.
narcissistic enough to say that I'm very articulate.
She's played and how it directly
Of course not.
to why it's a downfall and downgrade from what it used to be.
Vera, because of your hair and your face and your gender. But
Guess what,
let's
guys?
be clear.
This person is a champion for wokeness.
You're a mental lightweight.
The irony of his statements are not lost on me, with him directly contradicting himself mere seconds after saying something. It's almost like he forgot he said it to make a different point that contradicts exactly what he was just talking about.
I think this guy is just grifting. This is also an exact example of grifting.
Math, man.
He knows
If
he knows he's getting attention. Oh my goodness. Maybe one day he realized, oh my goodness, I'm getting attention from what I'm saying. I'm going to keep saying what I'm saying because I'm getting attention. What matters are the views I'm getting and the money I'm getting, and the money I'm going to get from those views.
For you. That's
Honestly, that is what I think is happening. This guy is just farming for views. Whether the views are coming from
without some sort of substance behind it. You can attack the looks of someone
from things that they say that are bad
strikes you directly
or
as
good.
someone who is
He
just
doesn't care.
jealous and wishing that you had the numbers and views that she gets. And there's a reason you don't have that. And how you acted right here is perfectly exemplifying that. And I can't help but wonder.
There you go.
It's like the reason why Vara Dark is being so successful, garnering well past 100,000 subscribers and getting tons of views on all her videos. What does someone like
He's complaining maybe because he's not getting the views, but
70 or so thousand subscribers, tons of views?
he found how to get views, and that is by
an avatar.
being an asshole.
Is shown there. So what's the excuse there? It's just apparently Hypnotic's okay because he's a man? Like, this is so abhorrently sexist and just misogynistic that I'm shocked that people on his side
Saying even Smash JD
ridiculous
called it
Jaffe's meltdown here
misogyny
absolutely nothing to garner him any more support in the
because it is.
It's been the complete opposite, with him being roasted everywhere and fully deserved. If anything, this has brought the spotlight on him for all the wrong reasons. And sure, he's going to get some short-lived attention, but long term, he's going to see his channel fade into obscurity as these kind of things always follow the same exact path. His comments are a complete overreaction to any kind of legitimate criticism. Vara's roasting video may have been blunt and straightforward, but it focused on overall industry concerns, highlighting Jaffe's refusal to acknowledge failures in gaming that goes well beyond just calling people YouTube grifters. Not that anyone's really surprised at this point. Hell, if anything, Jaffe has become great comedic relief for the...
I haven't played God of War. I think I have it in my wish list.
If he's desperate for views, he'll get the views right now. And great. But this kind of shtick gets old really fast.
My mind is fine. Go fuck yourself, lady.
Instead of addressing any of the actual points Vara made, Jaffe resorted to name-calling, condescension,
Nope, I just checked.
contradiction.
God of War is not in my wish list.
To gaming, like God of War,
Goodness.
Twisted Metal. This is one of those perfect examples of how the mighty have fallen. It's almost like there's something that's happened to him physically that's impaired his
I'd rather play a bad indie game
kind of actions and reactions that he's had
from
are not normal. And
a small independent developer than play a AAA game made by this guy.
Going on to saying, I actually...
And I don't freaking care whether it's good or not.
But if you played the games and then you were manipulating data you have in order to make money, you fit the definition of a grifter.
Thank you for
I guess we could all
describing what you're doing, Mr. Jaffe.
Full article. If you
Or
appreciate
Jaff.
hit that join button. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, you stay smashing.
Because they have the charismatic grifters that make the videos that for whatever reason people respond to.
It's not for whatever reason. The reason is because the people watching them have the same sentiments that what you guys are doing are not good or is not good for the gaming industry. Okay, let's take a look at this one from Sungran Studios. God of War developer suffers anti-female meltdown attacks Vardark. See? Now, all the popular content creators are making money from you off of your douchebaggery. Good for them.
Thank you for joining me. Today, we will discuss the topic of David Jaffe, a senior veteran of the games industry, publicly attacking a consumer and content creator known as Vera Dark.
Remember, guys, you don't have to give them your money. They hate you, so stop giving them your money.
Recently, David has made statements on his YouTube channel.
Even in the future, if they turn around and admit they were wrong, because
by asserting that her success
can you really trust them?
is not attributed to
I
hard
don't.
and competence.
They have shown their true colors.
Is owed entirely to her only two values, her attractive looks and gender.
Look at this guy. Are you telling me I'm watching this guy because I find him attractive?
Cultural movement. David's words and actions echo those of a cultural movement which has core philosophies.
I'm watching this guy because
supremacy
I
and
want to hear
down based on their gender and politics.
what his thoughts about
Down.
this particular topic.
To be fighting for marginalized groups so they can then use those people as human shields and as bulletproof armor.
Exactly, sir.
Today I will not be addressing David directly. I will not set out to insult David, my senior in the games industry, and I will explain that in a moment. Today I will not be defending Vera Dark. The reason being is that Vera does not require any assistance in defending herself from
Of course,
as small as David.
she can easily take down the douche
Damsels in
by herself.
Their gender has no impact on their ability to defend themselves against people like David Jaffe. David described
It is a war of,
I cannot fault
it's a war of thoughts.
in this
Of course, unless it's a physical type of war, maybe
a painting
she might need some assistance.
of identifying
But I think she can easily take down someone like David Jaffe, even if it's a physical altercation.
to deal with someone like David on her own. Were I in a position to offer Vera advice on the matter, it would simply be that a famous senior veteran of the games industry engaging in playground level misbehavior is just
I didn't even know who this David Jaffe is.
developers and public figures. We must understand and accept the responsibility.
Because I guess
We are not
the reason for that is I've never played God of War.
We must lead by example and show people they can aspire to greatness.
Or any games in the series. I think there are more than just one God of War.
As developers, as adults, we are not just here for ourselves. We are here for everyone. As I mentioned, I will not address David directly. The reason being is that David exhibits the psychological profile of someone who cries very easily, then offloads his trauma by projecting it onto his children. For that reason, I will not say anything negative about David and will restrict my language solely to making basic statements of fact. I will avoid addressing David directly, except for this one final statement. My apology to David Jaffe. To David, I sincerely apologize that your parents have failed you this badly and you turned out this way. Your father should have shown you what it means to be a real man, but based on your recent misconduct, it is apparent he failed you. I hope that one day, even if it takes a long time, you will figure out how to be an example of a good adult for your own son, so that one day you can show him what it means to be a good man. A man should have no difficulty figuring out what that means by the time he's in his 50s. That is, of course, unless he is a mental lightweight.
I would agree with what he said with the last thing that he said, that this David Jaffe is the real mental lightweight. Okay, this one was like 4 hours ago. Again via dark. Okay, so this one is from Hypnotic. The same topic.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to talk about David Gaff yet again. Now, David is at it with Varrett Dark, and shockingly so.
So, Hypnotic
Obviously, it's not shocking
says
at all.
his last name as Jaff.
And wanted to go after
Smash
Varrett Dark
JT
specifically because he has an opinion regarding
said it like
and I'm probably
Jaffe.
one of them. Ironically,
Now I'm confused. Is it David Jaff or is it David Jaffe?
Melty melt and spazzes out.
Maybe it's David Dush.
Him in a response video about YouTube grifters being the reason why Dragon Age of Veilguard failed.
I'm starting to dislike.
Now, Dragon Age the Veilguard failed because it was bad. Yeah, you can make a woke game if you want.
Now, I myself made my own videos talking about, David.
That fact
The blame game.
will already reduce the
But at
the number of
David doesn't want to
gamers wanting to play it, but you add the fact that
didn't sell nowhere near
the game has bad
So let's get into this video, guys. But of course,
dialogue.
we do. If you are new here,
My goodness.
subscribe button, I would greatly
And it's not a role-playing game, it's an action-adventure game.
voice is still shot. In case you guys are wondering, I know you guys are like, oh, you sound like you're under the weather. I'm fine. I have my energy. My voice is just shot, unfortunately, from being sick before. Now, shout out to Fandom Pulse. We do have this article coming to us from John F. Trent, but I wanted to react to the video directly, which we have here to showcase to you, which I feel like will give you his full thoughts so we can actually have a fully informed opinion. So let's watch this video about what David has to say about Varrett Dark and see exactly what's going on here from Mr. Jav. Let's go.
I said Alyssa Mercante making jokes about the Trump attempted assassination wasn't funny, and how David here said that he thought it was kind of suspicious and it might have been staged, and that wasn't.
So really quick, I just find it ironic that David's out here trying to say that it was funny to make jokes about Trump's assassination. Meanwhile, these are the people who will tell you that it's not okay to make jokes about trans people, that it's not okay to make jokes about black people. These will be the first people to be offended on someone else's behalf. But then suddenly, if you're making fun of
They have what is called the white savior syndrome.
that's perfectly allowed. It's absolutely fucking hypocritical.
They are there to save
Put out a book about
the oppressed.
Vince McMahon and said, oh, there's a lot of information about Trump in here and how he's good at understanding an audience and entertaining a crowd. But that's literally anyone in life, let's be honest. Every single political candidate is just trying to convince you to vote for them. Trump is just extremely good at it. But at the end of the day, every single politician is like this. But instead, he decides to single out Trump, which is just absurd.
There's a book. I had the author on my show. It's called Ringmaster. It's a great book. There is an entire chapter about the relationship between sex creep offender, some of the shit he's alleged to have done, Vince McMahon and Donald Trump. Him and Vince McMahon have a close relationship. They talk a lot, and he breaks it down into how Vince McMahon's tactics of building up an audience and staging.
So basically, what he's saying is hearsay.
Can do it, is being
It's secondhand information, whether
as Trump
it's from a book
for president
or not.
again.
It's still hearsay.
Read a little bit. You've got to do the research, lady. I didn't just pull out some rando book on the WWE. I pulled out a book about the fucking thing I was speaking about. And do I think Trump's assassination was staged? I don't know. But I'll make a deal with you. If you think that's beyond the pale and hard to believe, I don't know. Then you guys talking about, hell, going back to Barack Obama not being a citizen.
How about you try it? How about you hire someone to shoot you in the head and try to avoid it?
Trying to make it seem as
It's impossible. How are you going to time it?
and he will tell everybody else, hey, don't lie about me, don't lie on my name, blah, blah, blah. But the ironic thing is that Dark has never talked about Barack fucking Obama. Dark has never really talked about political...
Unless, of course, you say or you tell me that Donald Trump is Superman. He's faster than a speeding bullet. Sure, I would believe you that it was staged, but...
Of course, it's rules for thee, but not for me.
But the fact that he was able to just dodge it at the right moment.
Gaming industry, you know, we see it happen with the gaming urinals.
Come on.
They want to talk about everybody. They want to be able to lie about everybody. But
Do you want me to? Is he expecting me to believe that he was able to dodge it?
And he comes home a few days later with an operation. The school decides what's going to happen.
Not even a crazy person. I'm pretty sure this David Jaffe is a crazy person, but you know, the craziest person wouldn't even attempt something like that, unless of course they have a death wish.
To me or to talk.
Wow, that's really generalizing. I wonder why you believe that. I mean, this guy is sniffing his own fucking farts so much to the point where he's just trying to flat out say that someone's not educated enough to have a conversation with him. And I wonder why that is. Why would you?
My elementary teacher explains to me what education means.
Let's be real, man.
The
Melty melt right now.
The definition of the education that I really like. She said that
full of intelligence that you want to pretend.
Even if you just finish elementary school, but you are applying what you learned in elementary to your life in a good way, you are educated.
Talk about what I talk about. You're just not.
He also said, oh, he's older than me, so he knows more about politics than I do.
He said that
I should, quote, go.
a lot of people are schooled, which means they went through.
He's calling out, even though his definition of.
They went through and finished schooling, but a lot of them are not educated.
I really would love to have a conversation with these people who use the term grifter against you.
You can have a PhD,
because
but you can still be uneducated.
David desperately wants
because
that's in the background,
especially if you're not applying what you learned,
and that's what it's about. And they are angry that there are
for the betterment of
successful in them.
Everyone, or you're not applying it for good.
Yourself for a second.
You're not educated. That is one of the definition of education that I really like,
so brutally destroyed by her
because it doesn't dismiss. It doesn't dismiss those that wasn't
so exponentially high
or didn't finish schooling.
She's a female, and that she's a pretty looking female, and her.
Unfortunately, some people think that
are you really going to come
going through the different levels of
the fact that somebody who's less intelligent
schooling and completing them
same arena
is being educated.
Like, what's the excuse there at that point?
Talking about it game when he's literally doing the same exact thing. Now,
is that my definition of a grifter? Where are you getting that, Vera Dark, from? Again, Vera, I'm going to give you a little bit of an education here. Jaffe's definition of a grifter is literally sitting online talking about games. You don't believe me? Not a problem. Vera Dark here for you. With all
I'm going to educate you, Mr.
2 years ago.
Mr. David. My definition of because we're talking about
Like the
personal definitions, okay?
I'm going to say
So my personal definition of
that's what that
my definition of grifter is
Jeffy, but I'm good at my job. I've never
something that
grifter is that
you're doing.
who makes money off
You found something that is giving you a lot of views,
in front of a camera and talks.
and you're farming it for more views. People don't like
So again,
what you're saying, but even still, you're getting views from it. So you just continue. You just
purposely frauding someone at the
you just farm it for more.
gain some sort of monetary gain or some sort of gain in general. So you know the definition of grifter. Then how exactly are these YouTubers grifters? That's the conversation I would love to have with him, because he claims to know the definition and yet he is incorrectly using the word. He's incorrectly using the term. And this
Well, it's his definition, so it's all about
that
personal definitions now.
or at least it seems like you believe.
That's why
YouTubers are grifters.
that's why having personal anything
Video games from the mainstream, and that they're playing.
is
They're not liking what they're.
will lead to
How exactly? So
miscommunication,
you're purposely misusing it.
because
Worse, in my
we
opinion.
could be talking about the same thing, we could be using the same words, but
You know the definition.
if we're using the words based on our personal definitions, guess what?
And your gender. And that's
There would be no understanding. No one will be able to understand
Vara Dark is always
anything.
successful because she's a pretty girl and she could put her face on thumbnails. There it is. Call that. I knew that was coming a mile away. This dumb motherfucker. I knew that's crazy. I never even watched this video until right now. And I knew that was going to be one of the excuses he was going to utilize to try to say that this is the reason why she's able to have a platform. Wow.
I don't deny anyone.
Look at that. In the end, that was a very long video. I've seen look at that.
You want to make it.
It's a long video. It's well, I guess not a long video. It's 4 minutes long, but it ended
That's the only reason why.
with misogyny.
This is Vara Dark. We're not even gonna talk about money. We're not even gonna go in that direction. And yet I'm an avatar. I'm a picture. You can't even see me. So what's the fucking excuse, Mike?
Yeah.
Let's just be real. You just don't have.
Well, I only have an avatar as well.
That's genuinely what it is. Vara Dark has a personality that a lot of people connect with, and sure, of course she has simps. Every girl online has simps. Let's be real. But to blame her success on that is absolutely insane. You are so damn envious. It's incredible.
Let's be clear. So far, my encounters with you online, you are kind of you're a mental lightweight. And that's fine.
Wow.
People have all kinds of, like, you know what I'm bad at, Vera? I'm bad at math, man. If
I really would love to have a conversation with this guy who swears that he's so much smarter than everybody else. When you have somebody who thinks they're the smartest person in the room, just let it be known they're most likely a retard.
He's basically just showing his narcissism. The problem with most woke people is that it's all about them.
everybody, we can only solve
They're so self-centered.
looking at the blueprints and the math and the, geometry. I don't fucking know. Jeffy, get in here. Within 5 minutes, they'd be like, Jeffy, go get the coffee. It's not for you. That's okay. They're right. Your voice could literally get Putin to back out of the Ukraine. The Ukraine was a boy band from the 80s. Ukraine. You have about as much mental capacity as a spider that I killed in my shower this morning.
Wow, David, we are
And look at that.
we are watching a grown ass man, and I don't know how old he is.
He hates spiders as well.
His 40s, 50s at this
Well,
point.
I guess a lot of people don't like spiders
Melt over a girl that is outperforming him in every
because they find spiders creepy.
platform that he so desperately wants to succeed in. That's literally what we are seeing right now. I have never seen a grown man have this level of a meltdown because a girl absolutely roasted him on a video. And yet here we are, him trying to pretend as if he's so damn intelligent. David, I highly implore, I will invite you on any show that you want.
Yeah, this person is what you call a mal-educated person.
If you really think that these
It doesn't matter if he has a PhD.
Mentally,
It doesn't.
I implore
It's
you,
how you
let's
use
have a
what you
conversation.
learned
So,
from
anyway, guys, thank you
schooling.
so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy.
Are you using it for good, or are you using it to do
Let me know what you thought. And
disgusting
on the
things?
next one. Hypnotic out.
Okay, this one is from the Angry Badger. I have no idea who this guy is. God of War creator David Shafi has a meltdown after Viadark roasted him. Let's go check this out. Uh, my first time watching a video from the Angry Badger. Not sure about who this guy is. Anyway, let's see what he has to say. Is he going to defend the douche? Seriously, what this David person is doing is douchebaggery. He's an asshole, and you don't want to give money to an asshole because that is basically just empowering them to do more asshole things. Maybe now he's doing he's in attacking women that are prettier than him. Maybe if you continue empowering him, the next thing he'll do is he'll be abusing children. We don't know. That's why you don't empower them.
What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Be sure to like and sub, and let's get into this. Swear to God, between Matt Hansen over there with Avowed and Obsidian Entertainment, and now David Jaffe coming out of nowhere to somehow blame the failures of Dragon Age.
Look at these guys. These guys are very articulate.
Loyal YouTubers only covering their fuckery. Well, he's made the very dumb decision to go after Veridark, and that never goes.
He can't even say fuckery because I have no idea what fuckery is.
So here we go. Yeah, we have
I'm pretty sure
God of War.
it's just his way of saying fuckery without getting in trouble with the YouTube algorithm. I honestly don't care about the YouTube algorithm. I've given up on YouTube a long time ago, so it doesn't matter. I just hope that Rumble doesn't have the same
He had to
fuckery as YouTube.
Jaffe is Vera saying Jaffe is a salty average people can take to social media and voice their opinions, and he's getting angry that companies may start actually listening to gamers after the multiple failures they've had over the years. And now, of course, he's blaming YouTube grifters for killing Dragon Age the Veilguard when it was simply a trash game. Absolutely.
It was just a bad game. It was like
History that she had with him. Good.
Dustborn. Well, it's not Dustborn level bad, but it was bad.
He sounded.
I was just watching gameplay and there were just clips and I was like cringing.
Attempted assassination wasn't funny, and how David here said he thought it was kind of suspicious and might have been staged, and that wasn't cool. Oh, great. He's a assassination denier, but he whipped out a book about the WWE and Vince McMahon and said, oh, there's a ton of information about Trump in here and how he's good at understanding an audience.
Again, it was a book written by someone else.
Honest, no. And every single political candidate is trying to convince you to vote for them. Well, that's true. Trump is extremely good at it, but at the end of the day, every single politician is like this. But instead, he decides to single out Trump, which is just absurd. Yeah, Trump's hardly a politician. I think we've seen that proven. He said, he also said, oh, he's older than me, so he knows more about politics, because that's how that works, and that you should just go fuck yourself and go home to Vera. So the one interaction, I guess we'll call it, wasn't very great, but I'm one of the grifters he's calling out, even though his definition of a grifter is someone sitting online making videos talking about a game.
There you go. The woke likes making personal definitions. That's why the definition of inclusion is bigotry.
About things that they don't actually believe in, and they do it.
If you listen, if you hear a woke person saying, "Oh, we are inclusive," no, that is not the definition of inclusive.
what. But hey,
A normal person's definition of inclusive is being welcoming.
stop this.
Okay. You are Muslim. Welcome. You are
A lot of them are
Chinese. Welcome. You are
literally there to
um
their audience. So it's just like uses the right
another type of person. Oh, you're LGBTQ plus. Welcome.
WWE.
That is what inclusive means. But the definition of woke,
It's a great book
of inclusive,
about the relationship
is
between sex creep offenders.
you don't agree with what we're saying?
Him and Vince have a close relationship.
Get out of here. You're not welcome.
Into how Vince fans,
That's what their definition is.
bro,
Literally,
retarded. Again,
the definition of bigot.
in the world, right there. He goes on to talk about
That's why they like these personal pronouns, these definitions, because they can just make stuff up.
Comments about how she defined Griffin.
There's a reason why we have definitions for words, because
Where are you getting that
if
from?
we don't have a standard for definitions of word, there won't be any communication.
Literally sitting online talking about games.
There will be chaos.
Very dark here with all the facts. After playing an unfunny clip attempting to mock Vera,
Imagine I'm praising someone. Hey, you are really good at this game, but unfortunately, his definition of good means
talks about video games. Okay,
bad.
to that end,
It's the reverse. Imagine the chaos from such a conversation.
like Hypnotic and Smash.
There will be no understanding.
And others who were actually playing the goddamn game and then reporting on.
Also, they also like to keep changing the definition of words.
Yeah. Either way, and then here we go. Jaffe then shared an example of how much of a mental lightweight he is. If I was like in NASA and they were like, "Oh shit, the space station's going to explode. Everybody, we can only solve this by looking at the blueprints and the math and the geometry." I don't fucking know. Within 5 minutes, they'd be like, "Jaffe, go get the coffee. It's not for you. That's okay. They're right." Your voice could literally get Putin to back out of the Ukraine. Okay, so he's just insulting her. Yeah, holy shit. So Jaffe and Michael Hansen are easily tied. Right.
Again, guys, they have exposed themselves.
Let me
It's up to you if you want to continue supporting
Dragon Age
what they're doing.
because of you.
I guess if you agree with them, if you're a douchebag as well,
Horrible propaganda-filled game that disrespected all of the audience.
that won't surprise me. But if you are, a normal person
You have done that, thank you. If you're gonna do that, thank you.
with good morals,
Bye.
you'll understand. You'll easily understand and know that these people are assholes. Look at that. A lot of content creators are really milking this thing. Good for them. Okay, good for them. You see a topic created by an asshole, go and milk it for views. Okay, so this is Valdark's response, I guess. God of War creator meltdown triggered by Valdark. Okay, this one's from 8BE. Again, I'm not familiar with this one, but going to check it out and hear his opinion regarding this matter. Is he also a douche like David Jaffe? Is he also a woman hater or someone who envies Valdark's hot hair? Because it's the color of fire, I think.
David Jaff has been providing mountains of content.
Okay, so this guy also pronounced it as Jaff.
Literal liberal.
Maybe it should be Gaff,
down
not
on social
Jaff.
media. He's just lashing out. He's going into these weird rants. I can't believe this is the guy that created God of War. He's been reduced to a
Just remember that, guys. Remember that. Yeah, sure, maybe you played God of War, you enjoyed it, but now you know that the creator is not worth supporting
covers it up in a nice little
because he hates
package. A lot to go over here.
good-looking women because
David Jaff.
he wants to be a good-looking woman. Unfortunately, it'll never happen. It will never happen.
Like seriously, like not home.
Even with today's modern technology, he'll never become a good-looking woman. Too bad for him, and that's why he is lashing out.
Article where Jaff blamed so-called YouTube grifters for killing Dragon Age of Veilguard and compared transgenderism to being black. So yeah, he was blaming grifters for killing Dragon Age Veilguard. Never mind that nobody wants woke nonsense in video games or top surgery scars or being told about what happens when you misgender somebody incorrectly. Nobody wants this stuff in our video games. That's why Dragon Age has failed. And it's so sad to see somebody that, again, made one of the greatest video game franchises of all time. And now he's pandering to a modern audience. And let's be honest, and I don't want to bring kids into it, but it's because he's failed as a parent.
Now you see, guys, they might have made the best thing in the world, but it doesn't mean they're good people.
Ideology nonsense.
It's a good thing that they're exposing themselves.
Something that you're not.
It is a good thing.
And he enables it.
With especially now where
It says
times just gets harder and harder.
people can take to social media and voice
Money becomes harder and harder to earn.
after the multiple failures they've had over the years. And now, of course, he's blaming YouTube grifters for
Now you'll be able to,
when it was simply a
you know,
trash game. And that's
properly spend what little money you have.
being a grifter. That's a baseless insult that these people.
So if you see anything these guys are making,
go to a take that
you can just simply avoid them
fucking take.
because they're not worth your money.
Added the word grifter to
The only thing that these people listens to is money.
person using it less seriously, and that's same too. As soon as I hear that, I'm like, okay, this is
Imagine, because they've already made their money with the God of War
they want to be
franchise.
right no matter what.
Imagine them saying this.
And then
Imagine them being a douchebag
define a scammer as not
during the first God of War,
assassination.
and people knew that they were a bunch of assholes. Guess what? Sure, the game might still sell, but it wouldn't reach epic levels.
Back to the article that we're looking at right here. Later in the video, Dark noted that she has a history with Jeff. A lot of us actually do. He tried to comment one of my videos where I gave a take based on something that he said. I think it was Starfield related. I don't remember. I think it had to do with the pronouns in Starfield. And he had just a weird take, and I took it, and he took offense, commented all this, wanted me to go on his show or come on my show, and just whatever. This dude's lost it. If you go to any of his YouTube live streams, this guy's just like, he's not all there. So
I'm not even going to bother going to any of his live streams or watching any of his videos. Sure, I'm going to watch his video from another, via another content creator. But I'm not going to watch his videos. I'm not going to give him views.
And that wasn't cool. So yeah, he was saying the shooting, the assassination attempt of Trump was possibly staged. And then Alyssa was making a laugh about it, saying it was a stormtrooper.
Super insane. You know, it's super insane.
Called out, right?
Again, they should try it. You know, they should try it and see if they can effing dodge
information about
a speeding bullet. Maybe they're like Superman.
and entertaining a crowd, but that's literally anyone in life. Let's be honest. She continued, and
It's like saying to Donald Trump, "Sir, at this moment, you should turn your head to the left."
instead he decides to single out Trump.
How are you going to stage that?
Also said, "Oh, he's older than me, so he knows more about politics."
You'll need
Go fuck myself. So
perfect timing to execute
very great.
something that precise.
Even though his definition of a
With just a little bit of mistake
game when he's literally doing the same exact.
can get your head blown off.
You're only grifter if you
Seriously, come on, guys, do some thinking.
Wokies like Dragon Age Veilguard. You're a grifter if you're saying bad things about the game that you want it to fail. You're also a chud. That's another word that I don't like. But yeah, to try to say that the assassination was staged and that just because you're older than Vera Dark, you know more about her. That was a terrible fucking take. So here's what it goes.
Older doesn't mean you know more.
Melted down in a video response to Dark. First,
I'm older than my kids, but my kids know a lot more.
I had the author on my show. It's called Ringmaster, and it's a great book.
My daughter is an engineer. Are you saying that I know more
Alleged to have done Vince McMahon and Donald Trump.
than what my daughter knows?
I don't know why people think alleged means that you were guilty. Alleged means that you did something. All right. Him and Vince McMahon have a close relationship. They talk a lot, and he breaks it down into how Vince McMahon's tactics of building up an audience and staging things in kayfabe, which again, look into it, is being, according to the author, replicated as Trump was a president, ran for president, and ran for president again. He then condescendingly said, just read a little bit. You got to do research, lady. That's what they always do. Oh, you don't do research. They get condescending about your age and your intellect and stuff.
How is knowing how to work an audience
Your lack of research. They all do that.
equates to staging an assassination?
WB, I pulled that up.
Seriously.
Fucking thing I was speaking about. So he's still insisting that Trump faked the assassination. What a deranged weirdo here, dude. A complete lunatic. Like, oh, you're able to.
Well, he's not. He is a lunatic, a deranged weirdo. At the end of the day, he's just
Fucking retard.
an asshole,
I cannot believe this guy made.
a retard asshole.
And now
I like that he is able to use
I think Trump's assassination.
words like
No, but I'll make a deal with you. If you think
fucking retard without worry.
I don't know, then you guys talking about hell, go back to Barack Obama not being a citizen. You guys talking about kids going to school and coming home at different sex. Do you really want to go toe to toe with which political party Vera offers up a trove of horseshit? Who's got the most horseshit? I mean, you're not educated enough. You're not bright enough, Vera, to talk to me or to talk about what I talk about. You're just not. So he's discounting, trying to invalidate her. Saying that Barack was not born in a different, and you know, in the United States, that he's born in a different country, while that might not be factually correct or it might be speculation, it's a hell of a lot of a more reasonable argument than saying that somebody faked their assassination. Just logistics wise. And again, he's being completely sexist here against Vera Dark. He's doing exactly what liberal women accuse straight white men of doing, and that's being sexist towards a woman. Just
I guess they're correct because as far as I know, this David Schaff is a white man.
treat her like she's a bimbo. You don't have respect for her because she's a woman. So next it says Jaff took issue with Dark's comments about how she defined grifters. Is that my definition of a grifter? Where are you getting that, Vera Dark, from? Again, Vera, I'm going to have to give you a little bit of an education here. Jaff's definition of a grifter is literally sitting online talking about games. You don't believe me, not a problem. Vera Dark here with all the facts. So he's just going off, right? And then I guess
Saying
funny clip attempting to mock Vera.
or using the word fact
Grifters
or
that
facts doesn't make it a fact.
people by lying to them. That's what they do. A grifter is not someone who sits in front of a camera and talks about video games. So there's this thing where people say that anybody that's a rage bait right
It's not, obviously.
to their audience because they don't respect you guys. That you guys, the audience that watch us, they think you are trailer park trash, lower common denomination type of stuff, where you have no train of thought, no intellectual, no ability to think for yourselves. That you guys open the Weekly World News and
Again,
you see
the same with what this guy is saying.
reason why these people
It's just being more elaborate.
to open our eyes.
The bottom line is that
other
these
avenues and
people
angles instead of just
hates
taking
you.
the fucking slop that the woke tards
And
fucking
how do you get
consume
back
the
at
mainstream
them?
media and
By
for
not
their
giving
politics.
them
We
your
cover shit.
money.
But these guys are upset because we're not in that echo chamber. They're literally in a tunnel vision echo chamber and they can't comprehend that. So they twist it around and project saying that we're lying to our audiences to make money when we're not. I've never lied. Everything that I say on here, I fucking believe and I will put out there to my audience. That's what a platform is. Just because you're delusional, that means somebody that doesn't believe what you're believing in is wrong. Get out of here. So going on, he says, you just don't know how to do this. You don't know how to do this. You're in that chair, Vera, because of your hair, your face, your gender. So now he's saying because she's a pretty girl, that's why she has the platform that she has. He's totally downplaying.
There's a lot of pretty girls that don't have the same
Not
success.
anyone making money and building an audience off of things they got. But let's be clear. So far, my encounters with
If it's just the pretty face, then
fine. People have all kinds of, you know what I'm bad at, Vera? I'm bad at math.
a
So
lot more girls would have been
understand this goes on to say his entire
successful.
video is projection.
It's not just the pretty face, unfortunately.
NASA and I don't know, dude. He's completely fucking lost it. He's a total spaz, and he's continuing to embarrass himself on Twitter. Actually,
Well,
if I go-
it's just grifting.
just tweeted out.
He's being an asshole for views. He
Cyan,
knows he's getting the views. He looks at his analytics. Look at this.
can see it.
Look at my analytics.
Check this out.
So before all this,
How to do this?
before he became an asshole, he was like maybe getting this amount of views. And then after putting out or exposing himself as an asshole, maybe his views went up, and now it's just
Says let them teach
farming
you
it.
it's okay to say the right.
It's
thing to be
possible.
tolerant, then extend that kindness back to them. Right.
I'm not sure if it's gonna last, because eventually people will tire of it.
It's free game. Or let's just say this, there's never been any tolerance for any of this. It's just to drive political agenda. And yeah, this is chauvinistic. By definition, this is chauvinistic, right? This is by definition chauvinistic. So he's having a complete
The problem, my man, is that they have their personal definitions.
He's so weak. This dude is so weak. Even Osmond Gold's covering this at this point in time. Calling him out. Like, check this out.
It's the new word that people use because like racist doesn't work anymore. And so the idea of grifting, so like you have to understand like grifting means that you're effectively like lying to people for money. So the implication is it's basically like a form of character assassination where they imply that you only have viewpoints because they're financially beneficial. And so that implicitly devalues your opinions. That's what he's trying to do. Right?
They have no logic in any of the arguments. So they go to the easiest route. Oh, you're just lying to your audience for money. You're just full of shit. You don't believe what you're talking about. So
That is exactly what he's doing.
if you want entertainment, guys,
He's getting the views for being a douche,
because
and he's farming it.
that guy made God of War.
Again, as I've said earlier, if this all came out when the first God of War was being developed, I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be as successful as it was. I could be wrong because, well, we could just speculate. Okay, David Schaff's insane response. This one is from Altiori. I'd like to watch this, but I kind of find this guy annoying, unfortunately. I'm not saying it's not entertaining, but I've seen a few of his videos. Maybe because the way he cuts his video. I don't like a lot of boom, 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 things like that. Maybe it works on the Gen Zs. It doesn't work for me. I'm like 50. I like straight up videos, like, just someone talking without all the cuts and the the uh, the impactful effects. But unfortunately, the time is up. That's it for the hour. Again, hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and if you did, please consider following the channel in Rumble. If you're watching this in YouTube and Twitch, you could subscribe to my channel there and follow my channel there as well, or you can go to Rumble and follow my channel in Rumble, because that is where I'm mainly streaming this. I'm just using Restream to restream to YouTube and Twitch. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye for now.